A reading from the book of the prophet Jeremiah. At that time, says the Lord, I will be the God of all the tribes of Israel, and they shall be my people. Thus says the Lord. The people that escaped the sword have found favor in the desert. As Israel comes forward to be given his rest, the Lord appears to him from afar. With age-old love I have loved you, so I have kept my mercy toward you. Again I will restore you, and you shall be rebuilt, O Virgin Israel. Carrying your festive tambourines, you shall go forth dancing with the merrymakers. Again you shall plant vineyards on the mountains of Samaria. Those who plant them shall enjoy the fruits. Yes, a day will come when the watchman will call out on Mount Ephraim, Rise up, let us go to Zion, to the Lord our God. For thus says the Lord, Shout with joy for Jacob, exult at the head of the nations. Proclaim your praise and say, The Lord has delivered his people, the remnant Israel. The word of the Lord.
A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Matthew. At that time Jesus withdrew to the region of Tyre and Sidon. And behold, a Canaanite woman of that district came and called out, Have pity on me, Lord, Son of David. My daughter is tormented by a demon. But he did not say a word in answer to her. His disciples came and asked him, Send her away, for she keeps calling out after us. He said in reply, I was sent only to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. But the woman came and did him homage, saying, Lord, help me. He said in reply, It is not right to take the food of the children and throw it to the dogs. She said, Please, Lord, for even the dogs eat the scraps that fall from the table of their masters. Then Jesus said to her in reply, O woman, great is your faith. Let it be done for you as you wish. And her daughter was healed from that hour. The Gospel of the Lord.
Do you ever feel put off by the Lord? This passage describes the only occasion in which Jesus ministered outside of Jewish territory. Tyre and Sidon were 15 miles north of Israel and still exist today in modern Lebanon. A Gentile woman puts Jesus on the spot by pleading for his help. At first Jesus seemed to pay no attention to her, and this made his disciples feel embarrassed. Jesus does this to test the woman to awaken faith in her. What did Jesus mean by the expression throwing bread to the dogs? The Jews often spoke of the Gentiles with arrogance and insolence as unclean dogs, since the Gentiles were excluded from God's covenant and favor with Israel. For the Greeks, the dog was a symbol of dishonor and was used to describe a shameless and audacious woman. Matthew 7:6 records the expression, Do not give dogs what is holy. Jesus, no doubt, spoke with a smile rather than with an insult, because this woman immediately responds with wit and faith. Even the dogs eat the crumbs. Jesus praises a Gentile woman for her faith and for her love. She made the misery of her child her own, and she was willing to suffer rebuff in order to obtain healing for her loved one. She also had indomitable persistence. Her faith grew in contact with the person of Jesus. She began with a request, and she ended on her knees in worshipful prayer to the living God. No one who ever sought Jesus with faith, whether Jew or Gentile, was refused his help. Do you seek Jesus with expectant faith?